Here we are again. Right, good evening ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Scorn. I apologise that it has been a little bit of a while since my since my character remembered how to move his neck. No, yes, I apologise that it's been a little while since I last played this game. The real reason for the delay is that I've been busy recording Lego Island 2. The funny reason for me delaying playing this game is that it was so traumatic that I compartmentalised the information and completely forgot about it for 2 weeks. But that ain't the point. Right, I think we have got some sort of puzzle to be doing, and I think it's possibly going to involve coming out here, but I'm not really sure. Because I think, if I remember correctly, there's something with this that we need to do. So let me see if I can interact with this console again. Was there a jump button in this game? I can't remember. Q and space H doing nothing, so I'm guessing that's the question. No. Right. So remind me what I can do with this thing again? Oh my Gideon. How how does this work? With difficulty is the answer to that. So yeah, I can scoot this around, but I am not convinced it can do anything. I think that light coloured thing, I think I put that in there, didn't I? Is something changing? Is something moving? I don't know. Do I need to do anything with that weird, slightly smoky globule thing that's behind it about now? I can peek through potentially, but I think not. No. Alright, I'm going to forgive me, I'm going to leave that for a minute. I presume that I've done whatever I need to do with that, and now I need to move on with my life, which is probably what my therapist would tell me to do after I finish playing this game. So allow me to wander around a little bit more and see if I can figure out, was there seriously not a jump button in this game? I feel like I have memories of jumping a little bit in order to try and get over various obstacles, but perhaps I was dreaming. It wouldn't be the first time that I dreamt that a game was easier to play than it actually is. What about this? No, I can't interact with this yet. That's what this empty little dial seems to represent. Gosh, maggots everywhere. Or possibly little sets of legs. I'm not entirely sure, and I don't think I care to find the answer to that question. So I suppose we've nothing to do but continue to wander around. Have I been here before? I do not know. I'm not entirely sure what's up with the frame rate. It keeps juddering every couple of seconds. Yeah, this seems vaguely frickin' familiar. The trauma's resurfacing. Yeah, I feel like I've been here before. Can I interact with this? No, I cannot. Alright. This is the, I'm realising my error in there being such a big gap between this. Of course, there's no dialogue or journal or anything like that in order to remind me of what the hell it is I'm doing. So, I have naturally forgotten everything like a big silly Billy. So I apologise for that. I apologise that I am an absolute moron. Is this the same place I was a minute ago? I feel like that had a door off in that direction. Forgive me. So I feel like we're on the other side, the sort of the mirror image, if you like. Which perhaps suggests that I can go around to the left or go around to the right in order to get towards that funny pillar thing that I was working on before with the floaty blob, but it doesn't make that much difference in the end. So there must be that looks like perhaps something I could interact with. I'm not sure. There must be some. I think there must be something more to do with this, whatever the bloody hell that is. There must be something further. that I can do with that, because I feel like it wouldn't allow me to continue piddling around with the console and moving that thing if there wasn't anything further for me to do, because this game seems to be quite insistent on you not screwing around with consoles that you can't actually achieve anything with. So I suppose the only thing I can do is look at the body of this weird wire worm and wonder what the hell it is I've got stuck in my throat. I apologise for that. There must be something more that I can do with this. Something's either about to happen or nothing's about to happen. Right. Turns out the entire time I've been being a complete moron. So you can go through that door in order to go that way round to get to the weird whatever the hell it was that we were looking at, or you can go that way in order to go that way round in order to get to whatever the hell it was we were looking at. What I didn't think to do was just go slap down the middle, which is where I'm supposed to go in order to get here. Right. Had to look up a video in order to figure that out, but I think with games like this where there is literally no direction whatsoever and you're just supposed to figure things out on your own visually, then what? Right, okay. Ew. I was just thinking, why are you tearing that thing apart? Okay, right, never mind. We've got the thing that we need! I don't know what we need this for, but we've got a thing right now. Okay, good. Huzzah! We've got a gun, and we can shoot it at people. Right. I think this world is suffering enough as it is, if I'm to be quite frank. I'm not convinced it needs any more violence or pain. But perhaps this will be a mercy killing. Although, to be honest with you, the most merciful killing would be shooting me, but never mind any of that rubbish. Right, so what the hell am I supposed to shoot with this? I can't interact with this now that I've got this gun, can I? No. Alright, is there something out here that I'm supposed to shoot? Do you think that might be it? I don't really know what it is I would be shooting. Nope, I do not know. Alright, I guess I'm just going to have to start shooting random stuff because I've got no idea what it is I'm supposed to be shooting. Oh, interesting. Oh, so I'm not shooting things. Interesting, so I can't shoot stuff, but I can kind of hit stuff. Oh, I see, it's got some sort of recharge meter on the right-hand side there. Okay, that's interesting. So I can whack stuff. Right, okay. If I try to use this, I presume that this doesn't do anything different or anything to what it previously did it? No, everything still seems to be pretty much the same as before. Alright, so presumably I need this in order to interact with something which I previously couldn't interact with. So there was a type of console that I could... that it wasn't allowing me to interact with it, but the interact icon was coming up that was over here. Can I interact with this now? Yes, I can. I see. So I don't bash stuff directly, I have to put this into the console in order to then sort of reach inside and, you know, wrangle the internals. That's how it works. Right, I'm beginning to understand now. Got some sort of drinking bird head over here for some bizarre reason. Just please tell me that this isn't going to give me any more children, and I will be quite pleased. Right. Okay. Slowly, very bloody slowly, I am beginning to work out how this works. So, what's up with you? Do I need to use the machine on... I am not entirely sure what the hell just happened. Nothing good, I think is the long and the short of that. Yeah, nothing good at all. Alright. I'm not entirely sure what killed me. I think it's the vapor? But which I do not mean the posh name for flatulation. I think it's talking about the I think it's that gas that they are emitting that is somehow harming me. So either I need to use the weapon in order to move them away, or I need to go around the other way, which I did think about doing earlier, but presumably there was another one of those consoles on the other side that I could have activated, which would have released more of these weird levitating baubles of light. Or is it the idea that I only need one set of levitating baubles of vapor-producing light, and I need to release them on one side and then not release them on the other side so that I still have an opportunity to go round? I don't know. What I also don't know is where this is going to put me back to, but we shall have to wait and see. Hopefully, this... Oh gosh, it has put me right back to where I was. Great, so we're basically back to where we were when we started the ruddy video. Absolutely bloomin' marvellous! And now the light's giving out. Excellent. This is going so well. Right. Give me my weird gun thing, and I'll do this again. I can't remember if I said this last time or not, but I think part of what makes this game so unnerving is that it is both very mechanical and very biological at the same time, in that everything seems to look and feel and sound biological, but it all moves in very mechanical ways. Almost as if there was something that designed it in the same way that a human would design a machine, but then it's been designed using biological components in the same way that nature designs a biological machine, which is a concept that I don't think I've ever really seen before, which perhaps goes some way to explaining why it's so pathetic and weird. Right, do they move? Is that what's going on? Do I need to sort of dart in between them somehow? Is that what's going on? Or do I need to somehow use my thing on it? Oh, right, I just needed to engage in a bit of violence. Right. Suddenly, everything makes sense, and suddenly everything seems a dozen times easier. All I had to do was be violent. I didn't realise. Right. Oh, whack him. Whack him good! Whack him good! No bloody stamina. Mate, you are literally nothing but muscle. I do rather wish you would, you'd use some of those bloody muscles. Right. Interesting. That is shut again, which possibly means it reset what I did with this machine. Which is irritating, because it means it's putting me back to an autosave before the manual save that I made at the end of the last part. Which is very annoying, but never mind. Alright. Can I use this? Yeah, okay. So I think this is what we did before. I don't fully remember, but I think this is what we did before. And then perhaps that thing that I'm moving now... Perhaps that thing that I'm moving inside of this thing is the same thing that those big claws picked up and then carried along their little tracks in order to put them here and there. That's my best bet anyway. So again, I can use this because, okay, not because of the gun, but because of this weird steering wheel thing I've got going on here. Okay, so presumably I did that last time? Yes, because it was that sort of pale colour, and the door opened. Right. I really should not have left such a bloody big gap between these episodes. I apologise for that. I apologise for being a big stupid person. Never mind. Let me use this again and see if I can move this one over here. Yes, here we go. Okay, right. Nice. Thing that I was missing, the whole thing that I was missing was just the ability to interact with those other pylons. So that's all right. So if I pop these into here, then that presumably will activate two more parts of the mechanism out there, which will then allow me to go somewhere else and eat a sandwich, perhaps. Or, I don't know, start a company that sells chocolate bars or something like that. You know, something normal, because everything that goes on in this world is about as normal as... about as normal as a chicken working as a clown. So, yeah. There's only one more to do. weird. It's like we're opening big shutters or something. It's quite bizarre. Not to imply that everything else in this bloody game, including the wireworms, isn't quite bizarre, but you get what I mean. So if I now bring this all the way down here, then I can pick up this last thing, which, yes, looks terribly like some part of the human anatomy which we're not going to reference, because I'll probably get booted off the site for doing so. Yes, it looks horribly like that, and no, I'm not even going to acknowledge that. Not explicitly, anyway. Okay, what the hell was that noise? Oh, that was more of those little things, wasn't it? Okay. Let's do this. There we go. Oh, darn it, it's all exploded over me. Oh, my giddy aunt. I don't really want to have a load of white liquid exploded all over me after the simile that I made earlier. I'd really rather that didn't happen. Just like a load of horrid snot. Not to imply that regular snot isn't horrid, but you know what I mean. Oh, I think I'm going to get drowned in meat sludge. Not as soon as I thought I was going to say today, but with this game, perhaps I shouldn't have. Perhaps I shouldn't have been surprised. Oh, that's interesting. I think that's. I think last time we got achievement number 1, and now this time I've got achievement number 3. Does that mean I've missed something in the middle, or was that some more sort of optional thing, or perhaps there were sort of different choices of how I could have done something earlier in the game? Am I involved in this, or is this just a rather visually inactive loading screen? Ah, here we are. Right, we are here. Whatever the bloomin' hell here is. I don't seem to be able to do anything. I seem to be in a cutscene. Oh, those are my legs! Really, I must moisturise more often. Right. Please tell me that that is not the thing that I was previously saying that other thing looked a bit like. Oh my giddy aunt. Well, Ow. Oh, hello. Good afternoon. How are you doing today? Probably not frightfully well, given that you don't seem to have any any skin left on your face. But hey ho, that might be an improvement depending on your attitude towards your facial flesh. Right, I've had my little nap, and now we can carry on with life. Oh, I don't like this weird umbilical cord I've got going on. That generally made me feel a little queasy. Right, am I back in the driver's seat? Oh no, not yet. Perhaps I shouldn't want to be back in the driver's seat given there's corpses everywhere. Hello, corpses everywhere. Right. We're not going to climb that we are not going to climb that like some sort of silly Tarzan. Instead, we're going to acknowledge that that is not a human spine. Oh, man alive. But, can't really blame them for not having a human spine. I left most of my spine back at the beginning of this game. So, let's walk on out of here. Because, honestly, I don't want to be anywhere within even 3 postcodes of everything that we have already seen. So, instead, let's go off and see something slightly different but equally horrific, because this game is very good at supplying me with something which is slightly different but equally or somehow yet more horrific. Oh dear. Tell you something else this reminds me of actually is that Abysmal Somewhere, I think it was called, a indie game we played a donkey's year ago, which had a weird sort of scene in the desert, which reminds me oddly of this. Although I don't seem to remember it having Vimto-coloured mist. Can't say I remember that bit. Now, what the hell is that? I don't know, and I'm not convinced that I want to know. But I'm not allowed to just jump off, which is a frightful shame, because then I wouldn't have to experience this hell any longer. Or possibly I would just land somewhere else in a slightly different flavoured version of hell. Alright, where else can I go? Looks like there's a pathway along here. Is that a structure I can go through, or just an arch I can pass under? Just an arch, I reckon, again with a weird spine motif. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Are these all sort of past victims? People that have attempted to make the same journey that I'm currently making, but have not been quite as successful as I have, and I use that word guardedly. I do, but I do seem to be having a little more success than they are. Oof. What is this, and why is it such a bloody shade of red? I don't know, but gladly I can't go down there. Which means I don't need to look at it in too much detail, and that makes me a very happy man. So you will forgive me if I run the hell away and proceed to not return. The atmosphere seems to be building as if we're approaching something of significance. See something interesting over there, although I'm not holy. Excuse me. Didn't mean to step on your whatever the hell this part of your anatomy is. Do I still have that gun thing? I don't think I do, no. I can't aim with it anyway, as I previously could. Yes, there's definitely something interesting going on over there. There's some movement as well, almost like little particles of dust being blown off it, which is interesting, but let me see where else I might go. Oh gosh, there's some kind of Grand Canyon down here. Oh good, that's just marvellous. Looks like we can slip down here. Although, actually, you know, this place isn't... It's almost not as bad as the other places, because at least this is just sand and rock, right? And sand and rock are unequivocally not biological, unlike everything else that we've seen in the architecture around here. So perhaps I ought to stop complaining and count my blessings. Which thankfully won't take very long, because in this game you don't get many blessings. I feel like these might all be pointed towards something. But maybe I'm imagining it. Kitty Hut. Oh my Kitty Hut. Game, are you absolutely sure that you want to put invisible barriers at these cliff sides? Because I think it would be really rather productive use of my time if I just, you know... just stepped off, and you could end the game there. You know, I wouldn't mind. I mean, for the price I paid for this, I would expect it a little bit more than, you know, 2 hours worth of content. But you know, if you wanted to stop it there, I wouldn't complain. Get down. I have to pay a hell of a lot more for my therapy than I am going to have to, or that I already have, or I should say, for this game. This game is challenging on a great many levels, including keeping my lunch in my belly. That's one level. Figuring out how the hell I progress in it is another level of difficulty, and just coming up with things to say when all there is large, sweeping landscapes of blech is the only sound I can think of that accurately describes this. Oh, good, more train tracks, because this reminds me of Junior. Oh, good. I wonder how he's getting on with life. Did he survive? Did I just abandon him, or did he die? I genuinely can't remember, and I'm not wholly sure that I care. Call me an uncaring absent father, but I'm not convinced that I give a rat's ass. Let's just keep on walking. I was going to say we won't have any sand in our boots, but then again, we're not wearing boots, we're just wearing feet. So at least I won't have any sand between my toes. So I suppose that is something to be grateful for. I don't think there's any sort of consoles or anything here that I can interact with. Just some sort of weird pimple up there. And a big door. I don't seem to be able to go through the big door. I do seem to be able to obliterate the frame rate But other than that, not a great deal. Is that little light indicating that I should go this way? I think that it is. Ah, the ancient law of light leading your way in games. I'm glad to see that we haven't abandoned that in the modern era. What the hell is that? I don't know, but I think the game is going for a degree of claustrophobia. What am I doing with this? I don't know, and I don't think I want to know. Oh, I'm just slipping out. Oh, right. That's good. I thought I was going to do something much worse. I don't know what I thought I was going to do, but I'm sure this game could come up with something awful for me to do. What the hell is that? I don't know. Some sort of weird, lanky limbed thing. Yes, pretty scientific definition for you there. My God. Hey, look, I'm not here to categorize the local wildlife. I don't know why I am here, but I'm not here for that ruddy reason. I'll tell you that for now. What the hell is that? It seems to have a body, legs, and a tail, and it's not a cat. That's about as far as my analysis goes at the current stage. Oh, there's a big fan over there. See what I mean about it seeming very mechanical and industrial? It's like, what the... Whoa. Yeah, I thought that was part of the scenery. It wasn't. I don't remember the game having any sort of technical difficulties when I was playing it before. I mean, I know my computer is older than them, but only by 2 weeks. I wouldn't think it would have gone quite so tuckered out that quickly. But here we are all the same. What the hell is this? I do not know. Can I interact with this? No. Okay, that's probably for the frickin' best. Alright, here's some big testicles of the Sith or something. Not really sure what all of this is about, but never mind. I don't seem to be able to interact with any of these things, and that is good, because I don't want anything to do with the gonads of death. So you will forgive me if I turn tail and hightail it out of here. Right. I seriously thought that was some sort of big glowy red thing just floating in the void there. I didn't realise half the scene hadn't bloody loaded in. Okay. Yeah, I'm not really sure. Yeah, I'm not really sure what's up with my computer at the moment. I don't know why it's struggling to load this. What am I getting off you? Oh, he has a thing. A lantern, perhaps? Oh my giddy, oh, that's a bit dark. No, it's not a lantern. It's a little model of the shield generator from Hoth. Marvellous. Is this the thing I can interact with now? No, it's not. Alright. Yes, I'm not really sure why my computer's struggling to do this at the moment. I reckon this could be used in that weird tube thing that we saw by the reproductive organs of destruction. Yeah, because it's not as if I'm doing anything else at the moment. Sometimes the frame rate has problems if I've accidentally forgotten that I'm exporting a video while I'm recording. Yep, there we are. Oh, goody! I can now observe these things from all different directions. That's exactly what I wanted. Something's moving. I don't know what it is, and I don't know where it is, but I do not care to find out. Right, is this a button? Yes. Let me just put my fingers in there. Oh, it's a lift. Tremendous. Because with these knackered old limbs of mine, I wouldn't want to be climbing up any ladders. I don't think I have attended the introductory seminar on ladder safety in the hellscape that presumably this place needs to put all of its newcomers through before they climb up any ladders. Wouldn't want the hellscape to get sued. There's that horrid thing again. Right, I presume there's nothing else around here of any interest. No, just whatever the hell it is down there again. Okay. What were those other things down there on the ground, like that big cocoon thing that it said I could interact with? Perhaps I'm going to come back to those later. Or perhaps I'm going to move on, blissfully ignorant of what that would have involved. Oh, I think we're inside that structure that had all the dust coming off it. Oh, so I think I'm slowly starting to understand. I mean, not really. I'm just sort of, you know, muddling through. What the hell is that? Oh, some sort of control thing. How does this work? Oh, okay, so I can... So there's 3 things. I don't really know what they do, but... Oh, I can make a little tunnel! Right. My giddy aunt, this is disgusting beyond all measure, but never mind. Let's see where this tunnel leads. It leads to the other side of here. No it doesn't, it leads somewhere else, because I haven't been here before and I haven't seen whatever the hell this is. Oh, this is another thing for my little model. What? Oh, I'm supposed to do something. What? How the hell does this work? Okay, so I can put this in different places. How do I... Okay, it seems to line up with this one. Except for then, when it didn't. Oh, okay, I need to sort of lock these together somehow. I think probably the simplest thing for me to do is just to leave this in a place until it turns up in the same place. And then snatch it. Okay, this isn't working. Well, it nearly worked. I could have had it then. Yeah, it moves around by a very bizarre amount each time. It's just like... Oh, for crying out loud, you little teaser! Yeah, it doesn't move around by like a third each time or whatever. There we go. I'm going to guess it's going to go to this one. Okay. Well, we know it can go to this one then. There we are. I've stabbed all 3 bits. Now how the hell does this help? Right. Okay. Fair dues. Going to pretend like that helped. My giddy. I mean, look on the bright side. I was so confused for all of 2 minutes that I didn't think about the horror that I'm witnessing. So, that's a lovely improvement on life, isn't it? Excuse me, sir. There's no need to look so sad. Oh, hang on. I don't have my my Assassin's Creed C-3PO thing anymore. Okay. Okay, a bit weird. Don't quite know where that went, but never mind. Alright. I seem to have upgraded this weird thing, perhaps. Perhaps that's what I'm going for. Alright. Let me make a tunnel to a different place this time. It looks like there's loads of bodies all piled up in that one, so I'm not convinced it's actually going to go anywhere, but I'll have a quick look on the off chance. No, just seems to be a load of rotten buttocks. Oh my giddy, why does that one have oddly human eyes? I don't know. I don't know, and I don't care to know. I'm just going to leave. If I can. There we are. Right, can I go a different place, please? Yeah. Can I go to this one on the left? Can I have that one instead, please? Damn, if only building roads in real life was this easy. Right, let's see where this goes. Oh, this goes to the big fan. Right. Yeah, they seem to line up occasionally to the extent where I might be able to slip through if I had no sense of self-preservation, and believe me, in this place I don't. So, perhaps I don't mind. I could go that way to follow him, or I could go this way and find the grand total of something. Right. No, this just, again, seems to lead to a dead end. I feel like I went down this pathway before I got to the joystick of bridge building, not bridge building. Don't build your britches. Don't burn your bridges either. That's rather uncomfortable as I understand it. Have I been here before? I don't think so. This seems too well lit for anywhere that I've been before. Oh my giddy aunt. It's like some sort of Venus flytrap. Oh, that's horrid. It's absolutely horrid. Okay. If we keep just saying that everything's okay, then maybe eventually everything will be okay. Again with these weird fans. Can I do anything with this? Yes, I can. Interesting. Okay, so was I not supposed to step through those fans? Oh my god. Ugh. It really is this bizarre mix of the biological and the technological that is so disturbing. Because normally when you see a machine move, it doesn't feel unnatural. It doesn't. Ah, good afternoon. Hello. Are you trying to kill me or mate with me? Possibly both. Oh gosh. Oh, my abs! I worked hard on making them. Oh, my thing gun has come back. Huzzah! Right. Well, stiff upper lip, old fellow. We'll just carry on, as if nothing went wrong. Marvellous, excellent, tremendous. Does this still work in the same way as before? Yes, although I feel like it's going a little bit further than it used to. Alright, fair dues. Doesn't make sense that you'd go further on the second date than you did on the first encounter. Right, let's leave all of that behind. I'm going to stop asking questions, because goodness knows this game is going to take a perverse joy in giving me no answers. Okay, maybe now that I have shut down the fan, I can go through the gap between the fan blades, and then that will allow me to access something that I can use this, whatever the hell this is, and use it. At least that beast was just completely biological, right? There's no way you could look at that creature and think that it was anything technological. So that made it oddly less unpleasant than everything else that we're looking at the moment. Oh good, another one of these little games. These are my favourite. I love playing this game. Maybe I should sort of follow it like this, and then try and grab it when it appears in the right place. If I could actually keep up with it, which would be a small ruddy miracle. Which I'm definitely not going to be able to do. Oh my Gideon. It seems like it does come back around to a specific point, but only after, 2 or 3 rotations. So I think what you have to do is figure out which one it's going to land on, and then just be patient until it returns. There we are. And then I think it needs to go into this middle slot. Oh, it's putting on a sort of outer ring. Okay, so it is doing some kind of upgrade then. Interesting. I still don't know what purpose that's supposed to serve, but presumably I need to do that to each of the rings, and I think there's maybe 2 more. Alright. Let's carry on, I suppose. What is this? I don't know, but it looks oddly like the entrail of a slug. Oh, this is another thing I stick my arm in. Oh, this is... Ow! Oh, that gives me another stabby thing. Oh, good. I was lost without that. Okay. Well, if I could work my way back to that other machine that required this, then I could use that now. The trouble is this game is all the same bizarre shade of... I don't know what colour this is. It's like the colour of rust if flesh could rust. That's the sort of colour that it is. Ah, yes, I have been here before. I remember your head fell off. Have I used this one before? I don't think I have. Did I miss this one before? This seems tremendously easy. Was I supposed to see this one first in order to teach me what to do? Yes, I clearly was, and I walked straight past it without seeing that it was there, which is why I was so ruddy confused. Right. I think that by this stage, I'm supposed to have my weird circular thing all fully upgraded, except I haven't done that, because I'm a muppet. Sadly not as successful as the other Muppets. But never mind. Any of that, it doesn't matter. I am going to work my way back through the areas that we've already been, in the hope that I can find that machine that required the Assassin's Creed interface thingamajig. Because then I can use that, and it will probably, hopefully, perhaps do something. So, give us a wee minute. I shall see if I can find that thing again. That's a thing I can do. Okay. Except, what the hell was that bloody red mitten I saw there? Okay. Yeah, okay, so we know why I'm trying to upgrade that weird round thing. We understand the reason behind that now, is to interact with that weird machine. Except it has 4 blobs on it, and I only have 3 rings at the moment. And I need to have an equal distribution of blobs to rings, and you can't divide 3 by 4. So that makes sense. So I need to find the other ring. At least we are beginning to understand why we're doing this. Oh, here's this. So this is what I remember from before, but what does this do? It's a thing. I don't know what this thing is. Oh, please don't do that. Interesting. I have an interesting suspicion that that's some sort of acid. I feel like if I use this, perhaps it will burn the bodies and clear the obstruction. I was wondering why they'd give me a pathway that I just can't go down. Yes. Even the destruction of the horror, they still somehow manage to make horrific. It really is quite impressive, in a kind of disgusting way. Alright, so now that those bodies have been cleared, I should be able to go through that passageway, assuming that stepping on this acid isn't going to do me any harm. Not to imply that there hasn't been anything in this game which has already done me harm. But yes, I should now be able to go this way, which will hopefully lead me towards the last upgrade for my weird ring thing. That's the other thing about this game having no words in it. I don't know what to call anything. There's no system of names. You just have to make up your own as you go along. Okay. Here is the last one of these, I reckon. I'm sorry. What? I'm sorry, what? This is either bugged and the other door hasn't opened, which it's supposed to have, or this is some sort of irritating way of making it more challenging by not allowing me to see what the hell is going on. Oh, come on. I was on that, like, jam on toast, for crying out loud. There we go. Okay, it sounded like it clicked on this one. Okay, well, I didn't get that one. Maybe it's not clicking on that one. Maybe it's clicking on... It's clicking on that one. Oh, I think I got it. It stopped moving anyway. Huzzah! I didn't work that out. I just guessed a lot. I guessed a lot and hoped and prayed, and somehow my prayers were answered. So, huzzah! Huzzah! Everything's better. Apart from the fact that we have to keep playing this game, which, you know, is slightly horrific. But other than that, everything's going swimmingly. Alright. Now that I've fully upgraded my weird ring thing, I think there is potential that I can utilize the weird red blobs of doom. So if I head back to the weird red blobs of doom, we can see what happens when I put a fully upgraded ring thing into the 4 blobs of doom console. You see, And this is going to sound bad when I say this, but I'll explain it so that it sounds slightly less bad. This is why I don't travel, right? Not because other places are full of horrific, scary monsters and everything's all oddly fleshy. No. I wouldn't know if that's the case of other places or not. I don't go to other places. I stay firmly rooted where I was born. And that is simply because I am terrified of language barriers. And this game is a good example of that, because you're having to work your way through a scary foreign world without understanding or knowing anything that has been communicated to you verbally. And that's what it would be like if I was in a world where I couldn't speak the language. I know a simple solution to that would simply be just learn the language field, but you know, that would require a brain, which is something I've sadly been lacking for about 20 years. Okay, there we are. So it's taken my didgeridoo-dad with it. Fair dues. Can I interact with this now? Yes, I can, because I've got my Assassin's Creed thing. What the blooming heck is this? With the oh no. How the hell do I get anyone to the very end then? Okay, this is a very bizarre form of lockpicking that I'm not wholly enthused by. Okay, so I clearly need to leave one in there, but that needs to be one of the last ones. Okay, actually no, I don't think it does, maybe. Oh, I've got it all tangled up, it doesn't work. Okay, so I clearly need to get one of these on each of the red lights. Question... No, don't do that. The question is, how the hell do I do this with enormous difficulties? The answer to that. Oh, I've got this all tangled. Because that last one can't go in because there's other things in front of it. Oh my giddy aunt, this is so freaking confusing. Okay, I like that there's a sort of a way of resetting it. That's nice at least. Because I can't just put this in here. Because then if I try to then come out, it's all just gonna get bollocked. But this, the one furthest on the left has got to go to the light furthest on the left, otherwise it's going to block the passage of the ones that come before it. Beginning to realise it's actually a hell of a lot simpler than I thought it was. I just had to sit there, shut up and look at it for 5 seconds and I figured it out. Right! We've made the Sith plant happy! Excellent. That's exactly what I wanted to achieve with my day. Now, what the hell is this? Yep, I'm gonna take this weird gun with me. Because, and this, yes, because that's just the perfect heirloom for my travels. Hello! Do you have brothers and sisters that are being born? I don't think you do, and that makes me happy. You've got more skin than I have, which... Oh, gosh. Okay, right. Is this going to be another Junior situation where you're going to follow me around? Because if you do, I might just have to smack your skull in now that I have the opportunity to bloody do that. Alright. Let's move on with our respective lives. Okay, somewhere there was a door with a weird lock on it. The sort of lock that we've been seeing the whole way through the bloody game and I've never been allowed to use. Can I now interact with this? Huzzah! I can do it! With this weird remote control thing that I picked up. Marvellous. At least it's not... Oh my giddy aunt. I really hope you don't have that phobia of little holes, otherwise that's probably quite upsetting to you. Okay. I think we've been going about, I don't know, 45 minutes at this stage, so at least that means that we are slowly reaching the end of this episode, and I can forget about this for another week. So won't that just be marvellous? Maybe I can figure out what's going on with the frame rate in the meantime. Have Have we been here before? This seems oddly familiar. I feel like we saw a place much like this in the first episode. Although, when I saw that we could interact with that lock, I was just thinking to myself, there were lots of other locks like this that we saw in the first episode that I wasn't able to go through. So are we going to somehow backtrack to those locations so that I can now go through those doors that I previously couldn't? Because otherwise, assuming that the game is linear and it doesn't have any kind of open world aspect to it, then what would be the point in having doors that you can't open unless you're going to revisit those locations with more abilities than you previously had? Is this... What's going on? Oh, I seem to be dying of something. I think... Oh, ow! Oh no, we're carrying on with the game now. The beast on my back just has to bruise me a little. Alright! Fair dues. I don't frickin' blame it. I mean, think about it. It's strapped to my back, so it's not very far away from my mouth, so it has to listen to me yammer on all day, which I imagine is a rather painful, torturous existence for any living creature. Right. Interesting that it seems to be taking my health away, which suggests that perhaps there's going to be something else which will threaten my health at some point. Oh yes, I remember this place. I remember this ghastly, ghastly place. Alright, I'm going to head back in this direction because I think I need to go pretty much all the way back to where we began. Because if I remember correctly, we went through a door that was sort of roughly in the middle, and then I think off to the left there was a little corridor that had a door with a light panel on it. So perhaps we are going back to where we began, which is going to be interesting, which is more the sort of thing I would expect to do right at the very end of the game, rather than, oh no, I went down the corridor on the left, I didn't go through the corridor in the middle. That makes me feel stupid. Never mind. So, what do we have here other than another elevator? Better lit elevator than we've had previously, so that's lovely. Oh, it's got a ceiling and everything, goodness. Oh, and we're going down! Of course we are, because why wouldn't we want to continue to go down into the bowels of hell? Or maybe we're high up in a tower and we're trying to get back down to the ground floor so that we can catapult ourselves out of a window and run away. I don't know. I don't know what the objective of this particular little bedlam is. That unfortunately has thus far escaped me. Going down a bloody long way. I'll tell you what my health bar going down has actually reminded me of, and that is in Arkham City, where the what the hell is wrong with the frame rate? In Arkham City, where the condition starts to get to you and starts to reduce your health, it reminds me a little bit of that. Right, here is a place that we are. It is also a place that I wish I wasn't, but never mind. We could go right, we could go left, we could go straight ahead. Given that going straight ahead is what I should have done at the beginning of this episode and I failed to do, I feel like it's something that I should be doing now. Seriously, what the hell is up with the frame rate? There's something seriously suspicious going on. Maybe I should just end the episode here for the sake of... Seriously, computer, what is going on? Maybe this game is so horrific that even the computer doesn't want to process it. Maybe the literal code of the game is so horrific that the computer is retching and struggling to carry on. Can't much say that I blame it. Right, I can interact with this. But that has a different set of lights on it. Is this like an upgrade that changes the lights? Yes, indeed. Okay, so I've sort of remolded my key in order to allow me through presumably a different set of locked doors. Right. Cool. Right. I'm going to stop referencing the frame rate because it's just so ghastly that all I'm doing is drawing further unnecessary attention to it. Alright. Let's find some convenient place to stop. What the hell was that? And why did it look horrifically like a spider? There's one thing in this bloody world I don't need. It's frickin' spiders. What is that? I don't know, but there's something else moving over there. Right. Okay. Well, this is all just chipper and charming. That looks like a little platform that I could travel around on if I wanted to get a little bit closer to that. But you know what? Do you know what? I don't have the stomach for that. So if you will forgive me, and I apologise if this episode has been a little shorter than the other, but I think we will leave it there, because right now I am feeling a little nauseous. So you will forgive me if I stop the episode there and reconstitute my fortitude before we continue any further. So yes, I think I will leave it there, and we will continue to see a little bit more of this absolute horror later on. So thank you very much for being with me during this rather upsetting experience. I trust that we should do this again sometime. Right, so yes, I hope you enjoyed that. Not really, because if you enjoy this sort of thing, you probably have something slightly wrong with you. So I hope that was not an experience that you enormously regret. Is perhaps slightly more realistic and less optimistic way of putting it. So yes, look after each other and good night.